Hey everybody, how's it going? We're back at it again. On the moon. Just gotta make wheat and all that shit. And there we go. How's everybody doing? Hopefully YouTube actually went live for once. Yo, what up, Santamari? I've seen that opinions are split regarding this whole section, where, I watched a couple of, like, Japanese streams that get to this section, and certain people were like, hey, wait, what the fuck? Everything was just ridiculously serious with Zodiac, why do we just have, like, this comedy section with moon rabbits now? And then other people were just like, you know what? They sent us to the moon, there were gonna be rabbits. This was just entirely inevitable. And they were entirely down with it as a result. That in, this is a very... You know, it's a very nice little callback, right? I think this is they're from Final Fantasy IV, right? And they even use, like, the old sound effects for some of them. Oh, look at them go, they're so busy. Like, where? Hold on, there's one of them that I need to find that does the, God, this mount being so large makes it feel even slower. Where are they? Is it this one? Is it over here? Where's Fighting Way? But I'm pretty sure they use, like, the old sound effects for what these guys used to do, like the little hum greeting. It's great. Very adorable. You know, maybe if Hydaelyn just stuck to making these little guys. Then we wouldn't have to kill her.
僕たちが身につけている服はどうです？これ僕が考案したんですよ。
Oh no. Look at him go. Anyway. See, what I actually need though is some caffeine. Why? Before we get going. Oh, that's immediately better.
こちらです。こちらです。この扉の先が東の区画グレーテストエンズビルです。
Okay. This way, this way. If you go east past this door, or yeah, past this door is the, like, eastern section, Greatest Endsville.
最高の森という意味ですね。はい。その名に
Okay,
恥じない
it
すがす
means
がしい森林
like
と
the
公園が広が
greatest
っています
forest.
よ。
Okay. It's
アー
got
テリスの
forests,
方々に
parks,
とっ
yay.
て木々の中を散策す
I'll
る
live up
と
to
い
the
う
name.
行為は大切なことなのでしょう。ですから、それにふさわしい場所を再現してみたのです。
Okay, yeah, for the people of Aterius. Ateris? you know, spending time walking through nature is very important to them, so we've tried to replicate a place where they can do just that.
ではでは、早速入ってみましょう。正面にある水場まで、ゆっくり散歩などいかがです？
Okay, we're just taking a nice walk through the park on the moon. I'm skimming some of that, but yeah, that's just look at them go. Absolutely wonderful. Nope, it's still just blinding. Reading.
本って素晴らしいと思いませんか？
Reading way.
たくさんの知識を得ること。
Just talking about how great books are. Great. Grinding
この
way?
辺りの床、綺麗に見えます？なんだか、まだまだ磨き足りないと思うんですよね。
What do you mean trees? Like, wait, you said like you were talking about like a, oh no, none of these are like real, these are not. These are fake trees. Oh no. Oh no, they're stupid. Yeah, I mean, I can definitely see how some people, if you were like blasting through the story, you would feel like this was complete tonal whiplash. They just like killed off Zodiac and then you're just right into this. But I feel like this level of silly nonsense that still actually fits in with the story is definitely appropriate.
いかがです？もう、とびきり最高な森でしたでしょう？
Yeah, really is the greatest forest. There are no trees. Your options are, where's the forest? Wait, Obuji? Oh, sculpture. That's... Obuje? Okay. This is one of those katakana phrases that doesn't mean what you think it means. Like, that doesn't actually mean object. This is a loan word from French, meaning like objet d'art or whatever. I can't actually speak French, but that's... So your options are, where's the forest? It's like, oh, you're talking about like those, you know, what, you mean the sculptures back there, or it's the greatest? I'm just gonna, you know what? Fantastic. Wonderful.
キエウ、グレーテストいただきました。
Okay. Again, this is one of those situations where this is hilarious in Japanese, but for reasons that do not... You gotta localize a line like this. Greatest itadakimashita. That is literally, I have received a greatest. But that's like, you know, thank you so much. Wonder if the Japanese feel the cringe the same way we do when we use Japanese words incorrectly? So, when it comes to actual katakana loan words, they're just incorporated into Japanese. Unless they're like bullshit that trendy salarymen are using to try and sound smart. Then it comes off as cringe. Ah, man, what do you even do for a line like this to keep that level of funny? You know, it's like, thank you for your glowing, for the glowing review. Yeah, the force spreading, through the entire area, all the way from the entrance is a grand spectacle, a sight where the scenery here is something we're incredibly proud of.
いやー、あれを作るまでは大変でした。私たちは
incredibly
月と
difficult to
共に
build.
作られましたから、木なんてものを見たことがなかったんです。
It was incredibly difficult to build. We were made alongside the moon, so we've never seen trees or anything like that.
協力者のくださった資料を見ながら検討を重ね、最終的には月の環境に適した鉱石の木々を作りました。
We looked over the materials graciously given to us by our collaborator, and eventually came to create these artificial or yeah, I mean, I would just say artificial crystalline trees that are perfectly suited for the lunar environment.
そこに大気維持システムを乗せることで皆様が活動するのに適した空気を保ってくれているのです。地上の木々と同じですね。
Okay, and so also by placing the atmospheric maintenance systems within them, we're keeping the air here suitable for human life, just like trees do on the ground.
そしてこちらが巨大湧水のクリスタルを使った噴水です。見目麗しいだけでなく水の製造にも一役買っています。
Okay, this is a fountain made from a massive water crystal. Yes, wellspring crystal. It's not only a sight to behold, not only pretty, but also serves
あ
vital
のクリスタルの丸みには
uh,
大
role
変
in
こだわって
water production.
究極の丸みを目指したんです。ふふふふふ。
Okay, they were very specific about making that crystal as circular as physically possible. It was apparently very difficult to do. I'm
おかげで
skimming
どう
again.
です。この心地よい湿度。さあさあ遠慮せず思いっきり伸びをしてくださいな。
And thanks to that, we have this incredibly pleasant humidity. Nobi? Not quite sure what you mean by oh, okay. You literally mean like stretch out and relax. Okay. Wow.
はあ、オレオさん、素晴らしい伸びっぷりですね。
Wow,
とって
wonderful
も気
stretching.
分がいいでしょ
It must feel
う。
fantastic.
こうして人が当たり前のように息をしたり出歩いたりできる環境にするには中から意図しつきが必要でした。
Okay. In Pleasantski. It took an incredibly long time to create this environment where humans can, breathe and walk, walk around as they pleased.
もしよければ森の中を歩きながらそのあたりの話を聞いていただけませんか？ここで人と散歩するのが私の夢だったんです。
Okay, could we walk around the forest and talk? It's been a dream of mine to take a walk through the forest with a human. Yeah.
一緒に散歩していただけるんですね。やった。
Oh, we're gonna go on walkies. We're going for walkies. Yay. Amazing. Look at him go. Wait, what happens if I... Oh, he actually just teleports over to me. Okay.
遊歩道の上を道なりに歩いてみましょう。新鮮な空気もぜひご堪能ください。
Ooh, taking a walk through the
こちら
promenade.
は、雷、火、土、氷、水、6属性を有する人工クリスタルです。これを使って、月面の属性バランスを調整しています。
Interesting. Okay, this is an artificial crystal with all 6 elements. They go list them all out. This is used to balance the ethereal attribute balance on the moon surface.
ただ、月はハイデリン様の創造物。どうしたって光、冷極性が強くって属性の発露はおとなしくなりがちです。
Oh. Wait a second. That's an important line.
炎が燃え盛るのではなく、
That's an actually important line.
だ
One
から
second.
月面はどうしても荒涼としてしまうんです。
So, the previous line that I accidentally skipped there was, yeah, however, the moon is a artificial construct made by Hydaelyn. So, regardless of what we do, the light, well, that is to say, the, spiritual polarity is incredibly strong. And so, elemental manifestations tend to be subdued. So this is the Re Kyokse. They go with I can never remember if this is quote unquote umbral or astral. So again, we've gone over this before, but the two polarities in Japanese are Re Kyokse and Seikyokusei, I think? I think it's Se for, astral. Or, celestial. And then this Reikyokusei, which is the kanji for soul. Or, ghost. Considering the ways in which they're used, it's really more along the lines of, one's more physical, one's more, about reality, and the other is this soul polarity that presumably is more linked to, the quote-unquote sea of stars and whatnot. For example, even if the attribute of fire were to be dramatically increased. Well, I mean, it's not even dramatically, it's gang. Even if we really cranked the fire, flames won't, start blazing or anything, you just get dry. And that's why no matter what we do, no matter what you do, the moon is always bleak.
ここだけの話、月の中心にいる時点で、ゾディアークとしては大変やりづらかったと思いますよ。それでも、ハイデリン様は苦心して抑え込んでいたわけですが。
Just between you and me, wait, Zodiac toshite? What? Oh, it's just, oh, god, yes. Okay, between you and me, putting Zodiac in the center of the moon is incredibly difficult, and... But, Hydaelyn really gave it her all to keep him under control. Like, to hold him there. Man, I really hope that these little guys don't end up going away when we kill Hydaelyn with hammers. I really hope that when we jump Hydaelyn in a back alley, just stab, 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 that these little guys don't go away.
では、少しだけ遠い昔の話をさせてください。
I mean, I still don't know if I actually get to kill Hydaelyn, but I want to. I really want to. Okay, so let me tell you a bit about, something that happened, or what happened a very long time ago.
私たち、レポリットが作られた当初、この月は、ゾディアークの檻であるだけの、本当に何もない場所でした。
Oh. When we Reporit were first created, the moon truly was just a cage, a prison cell for Zodiac. No spoilers, please. An entirely empty place.
レポリットの最初の役目は、月に宇宙を航行するための機能を備え付けること。
Wait, she really just made these little rabbit guys and were like, build me a spaceship on the moon. The first duty of us, Deputy, was to, like, build a mechanism to allow the moon to travel through
私
space?
たちは、ハイデリン様から授かった知識を持って、人の時間にして6000年以上にわたる試行錯誤を続け、どうにか、それを成し遂げたのです。
With the... Come on with the... Okay, with the knowledge given to us by Hydaelyn, we spent over 6,000 human years in a process of trial and error and eventually made this.
さあさあ、このまま歩道に沿って歩きましょう。
Okay, wow, yeah, let's get going. Let's keep going along the sidewalk. Yay. This isn't going to be a new line, is it? This is just going to be the same one? Yeah, this is the same crystal.
さて、宇宙を航行するための設備がようやく完成したので、次に人を乗せる環境を整えることになりました。
Okay, once the means of traveling through space was completed, next we needed to create a suitable environment for humans.
これもまた、長い年月がかかりました。ざっと4000年ほどでしょうか。
That too took an incredibly long time, about 4,000 years.
とはいえ環境開発は気長な戦いですから、気候を作るだけ作って、成果が出るまで数百年眠っている、なんてこともしばしばでしたが。
Huh. That's interesting. However, like, terraforming, yeah, that is basically terraforming, but they say, like, environmental development really is a test of patience. They say, like, it's something that takes an incredibly long time. You have to be very patient. So we would often create a device mechanism and have to wait hundreds of years to before it showed results. Yeah, we had to do that over and over again.
そう、途中でみんな飛び起きた事件があったんです。アーテリスから赤い衛星やら何やらが急に打ち上げられてきたんですよ。
Oh yeah, there really was. Oh, there was, oh, no. The previous line was like, yeah. All the rabbit entities are long-lived. Yeah, that's a thing. Yeah, it was like, yeah, there was some, you know, real difficult times along the way. There was, you know, there really was an incident that really freaked everybody out. There was this time when, like, Red Satellite got launched into space from Alteris.
アラグでしたっけ？もしやゾディアーク側の息がかかっているんじゃないかと、私たち、固唾を飲んで見守ってしまいました。
I think it was called, you know, from, like, Arag? Or something? Yeah, we thought that, you know, they might have had, you know, the Zodiarc's supporters might have been behind it, so you know, we could, you know, watch with, like, you know, bated breath.
しばらくして、ハイデリン様から、滅びたと聞いた時には、みんなでハミングしちゃいましたよ。ふんふふん。
Yeah, look, they play the old, they play the old chime when they do that. The with the old sound effects. That's great. Like, it doesn't really do anything for me because I didn't play Final Fantasy IV, but I do appreciate that they're willing to just go for that. It was very nice. And after a while, we heard from Hydaelyn that it was destroyed. And we all, you know, we all started humming together. Yay! You know, like little hums of joy. Yay! They don't know shit about shit. Millions died. Millions died, you little moon rabbits.
時に、この鉱物でできた木々の上の方に注目していただけますか？
Oh. Could you look at the tops of these, like, artificial trees? The little crystals, right?
樹状の大変愛らしい丸みの玉、その周りに橙色の輪が見えますでしょう？
Taihen Airashi. Yeah, those absolutely lovely spheres on top of the trees. You can see a orange ring around it.
あの輪や
Around them.
天井付近にある同色の巨大装置はいわば太陽の代わりなんです。
Huh. Those rings and the giant device, you know, the same color by the ceiling are more or less a replacement for the sun.
宇宙には生物にとって有害な光線なんかが多く存在します。それをしっかり遮断しつつ、あの輪によって必要なだけの陽光を照射しているのです。
Wait, this really is just a sci-fi game. This really is just a sci-fi game. Because they just say, like, many varieties or, like, spectrums of light in space are incredibly harmful to living beings. As such, like, we've made sure to block those out as much as possible and replace them with only the necessary sunlight.
ね、なかなかよくできた森でしょう？私としては、木のタイプごとに違う丸みが楽しめるのも、実にグレーテストな点だと思います。ふふ。
Greatest. It's a pretty good forest, don't you think? For me, I think the greatest part of it is the, you know, enjoying the like, the spherical nature, the nice smooth rounded edges of all the different types of trees. Haha. Why does this guy like spheres so much? He's just very, very infatuated with balls. Whoa, pause. I can't believe he said that. Grow up.
それで、と、何でしたっけ木々の美しい丸みの話ではなくて、ああそうだ。
So, what was it again? Not about how like, wonderfully round all the trees are. Oh, yeah, that's
宇
right.
宙を航行する機能と生命を乗せるための環境、それらを備えて約2000年ほど前に月の基礎が完成しました。
The means of supporting life and traveling through space. The foundation of the moon was completed 2,000 years ago.
しかし、ここで私たちは重大な問題に直面することになります。原生生命のことがちっともわからなかったのです。はい。
No, that is the joke. The joke is that I said something that could vaguely be construed as sexual and then immediately denied it. I gotta say though, that is like, can I go on a completely unnecessary tangent about yelling about the kids these days? I feel like people are so afraid of seeming cringe or of like saying something that could be in any way, shape, or form innuendo, while at the same time hypersexualizing everything to the point of it being really annoying. It's just like, bro, just stop being cringe. Just stop being insecure. That's all. Completely unrelated. But you do see it where, like, I remember why I brought that up. It's because I saw something about, like, a English dub actor talking about a line from, like, Overlord or something. That was a sexual joke. And they were like, oh, can we not change this? Like, oh, this is so ridiculous. And they're talking about it in like hushed tones and everything. And it's like, it's not even that crazy. You can make slightly risque jokes. It's fine. But then you got this shit where they don't even make jokes in the English version of this. They just straight up say, like, they just straight up rewrite people into being sex workers for no reason. It's ridiculous. I need more caffeine, man. I don't know what the fuck I'm talking about. Okay.
月の監視者は
However,
通り古い人ですし、
Yeah, we had
私たちは月の真実が明るみに出て
you know,
悪用されないよう、
a
アーティ
very
リスに追い
difficult
立つこ
problem
と
of
を
ours.
自ら禁じていましたか
An
ら。
incredibly difficult problem. We knew absolutely nothing about modern life forms. Yeah, the Guardian of the Moon was incredibly old, and all of us were forbidden from setting foot on the planet, so the truth of the moon wouldn't be spread and misused.
その頃にはゾディアークが数度統合されたことで、ハイデリン様とも簡単には話せない状態になっていました。
And by that time, Zodiac had been integrated several times over, rejoined several times over, and became more difficult to speak with Hydaelyn.
けれどどうにか対話が叶った際に、アーテリス側に協力者を立ててはいただけないかと、私たちは願ったのです。
However, just as we were, wishing for someone to speak with, we made contact with this collaborator of ours on Alteris. Oh wait, no, no, no. Fuck, man, I really am just misreading stuff. Gotta get the caffeine's gotta kick in. Okay, what he actually said was, like, we wanted to you know, speak with someone, and so we figured we would try and reach out to someone on Oterisu.
ああ、いよいよ話も区切りがついてしまいそうです。名残惜しいですが、前へ進みましょう。
Okay. Okay, like that's you know, that's as much as I can talk about, or like that's the end of the story. It's a you know, shame to part, but let's keep moving. Hmm? Or it's like, you know, I'm reluctant to do so, but let's keep moving. Wanted to keep going on a walk even longer. Okay.
そうして、ハイデリン様に協力者を求め、定期点検の時以外は眠りながら待つこと数百年。
Huh. Okay, we asked. Like, okay, we're seeking for collaborators for Hydaelyn, and we're sleeping for hundreds of years except for our regular
つい
inspection
にハイ
times.
デリン様は協力者を見つ
And
け、
we asked Hydaelyn
力
to
を振
find
り
us
絞
like
っ
a
て、彼らと
collaborator.
一時的に声をつないでくださったので
Okay,
す。
finally, Hydaelyn found a collaborator and using all of her strength managed to reach them.
私たちは彼らにできるだけのことを教えました。今後の交流の仕方、宇宙にまつわる知識、いずれ月に来るための方法。
Okay, we had them tell us everything that they could. Or yeah, we taught them everything about us, etc., like trading information, how they could contact us in the future, information about space, a way to eventually reach the moon.
彼らはそれを実践してくれました。数年後、私たちのもとに彼らから声が届いたのです。
Okay. They began to implement what we told them, and then yeah, like what, several years later, we finally heard from them.
声はやがて手紙や資料になり、私たちは何度も情報を交換した。そして学んだことをもとに、現世生命に合わせて月を調整してきたのです。
Yeah, after soon, like we couldn't just hear from them, we also began to receive letters and documents, began exchanging information. Based on what we learned from them, we adjusted the environment of the moon to suit modern
以
life
上が
forms.
月の歴史です。少しは楽しんでいただけたでしょうか。
And that's the history of the moon. So, how was it? Did you find it interesting? Yes. Yeah, this is great.
やった。
Yeah.
私もとっても楽しかったです。
Yay! I had a lot. I really enjoyed that too.
人と散歩するって夢を叶えてくださって本当にありがとうございました。
Thank you so much for making my dream of going on a walk with a human come true. Yay!
あら、あなたもここに来ていたのね。
Oh, you're here too.
俺たちもこっち側はまだ見てなかったからな。少し立ち寄ってみたんだが。
Okay, we haven't been over here yet, so we decided to, you know, stop by and see what it was like.
ああ、やっと見つけましたわ。探しましたわよ。グローイングウェイ。
I finally found you. We've been looking for you. I've been looking for you, glowing way.
リビングウェイ？あ、もしかして居住区への転移の件ですか？
Living way. Is this about the The thing with the teleportation to the residential area?
それはそれで、後で始末書を書いてもらうとして、ひとまず、今は、別件ですわ。
We'll have you, about that, we'll have you write a written apology regarding it later. But for now, no, there's something
今
else.
後のことについて、緊急会議を開きます。
He is in
あな
very
たに
big
も
trouble.
参加をお願いしたいですわ。
Okay, we're going to have an emergency meeting, an urgent meeting about our future plans. We'd like for you to
え、
participate as well.
私ですか？もちろん構いませんが、
Wait, you want me there? I mean, of course, it's alright,
長引
but
かせるつもりはございませんので、皆様は引き続き月の見学をなさっていてくださいませ。では、また後ほど。
huh? Okay, we're not going to keep you here any longer. Please continue to take your time looking around the moon. Now then, we'll see you later. Okay. They're up to some
あ
weird
なた
shit.
の方はどうだった？さっきのレポリットといろいろ話していたみたいだけれど。
What about you? How'd things go with you? Seems like you were talking about some stuff with that, some things with that reporito back there. Hmm.
月が作られてから12000年、そんな途方もない時間を費やして、この時に備えてきたってわけか。
It's been 12,000 years since the moon was created. And so they spent all that time, that ridiculous amount of time preparing for now, huh?
だとしたら、彼らの意気込みもうなずけるが、
So, in that case, I can understand how, enthusiastic they are, how fired up they are about this. Like, I get it, but
そうね。まだ週末の実害が出ていない段階で、人がすんなり移住してくれるかは怪しいところだわ。
yes. Considering that there hasn't been any real damage or evidence of the apocalypse yet, it's unclear whether or not humans will readily flee to the moon.
とても高度な技術で環境を整えてくれてはいるけれど、地上の常識とかけ離れすぎている。おそらく多くの人の気持ちがついてこられないわ。
Although the technology to prepare a suitable environment was incredibly advanced, they lack any form of our common sense. This line here, I'm trying to think of the way that you would say it in English, but it's basically like I think most people just won't really be able to stomach it.
だな。協力者とやらが、強制的に移住させる手段を持っているか、よほどうまく言いくるめない限り、難航するだろう。
Unless these collaborators have some form of way of, like, forcing people to flee. Or can, like, fast talk people into it. It's gonna be tough to get people on board.
人が生きるために生きられる存在だったなら、この月でも問題はなかったのでしょうけれどね。
Okay, now we're getting full existentialism. If people, lived simply for the sake of living, then there wouldn't be any issues even on the moon as it is right now. If the only thing that people cared about was living, then this place would be fine. Right? Apologies. There's somewhere else I'd like to see. Do you mind if I go out on my own for a while?
ああ、もちろんだ。厄介そうな場所なら同行するが、どうする?
Oh yeah, of course. If it's if you need help, I'd be willing to go with you. You want me to come?
いえ、一人で行かせてください。それでは。
No, I'd like to be alone, actually. Now then. But Andrew is up to some bullshit again. Very clearly is up to some bullshit again. It's like once an expansion that he's up to some bullshit again.
あいつ。
あいつ。
私たちはこの後どうしようかしらね。もちろん今すぐ地上に戻って月へ逃げる支度をすることもできるけれど。
Man, something that I've noticed a lot when I'm like not on, or I'm just like slightly off, is I don't trust my reading at all. Like before, I saw the line from the little deputy guy saying like, oh, we asked Hydaelyn to find us an ally, but I was like, huh, that doesn't make much sense to me. I have to just be misreading that. But no, that is exactly what happened. Because I was like, wait a second, didn't they like contact you first? No, as it turns out, Hydaelyn contacted them. Because I saw the Hydaelyn me. And I was like, huh, that has to be like they asked Hydaelyn to find him somebody to help. That doesn't make sense. I must be misreading that. Oh no, that is what they said. I wonder what we should do. Of course, we could immediately return to the surface and start making preparations to evacuate to the moon.
それでは、第一世界を救えないという時点で、少なくともそこの誰かさんは、その道を選ばないでしょう。私ももう少し、あがいてみたいところだわ。
Okay. However, if, we can't save the first world, then I can think of, someone who will be completely unwilling to choose that option. I want to see... Agaite mitai. Ah. And so I want to put up a bit more of a fight. Is what I would probably go with for that. Oh, it's a fucking Uriesha episode again. Okay, like, bro, I really like the questing, the quest names that they've been doing for the last, like, expansion and a half. They're really good. Let me see. So the problem with this, though, is I don't actually know who this quest is referring to. They've got Urienja right here. But since it's just Hito, you don't really know who this is referring to. And presumably, you're going to get a different understanding of who this quest is actually referring to as you go through it. That's kind of the bit that they've been going with. They give you a quest name that sets up expectations, and then they recontextualize the quest name. So you go, huh, you're interested, and then you understand why it was named that by the end of the quest. There's some cool payoff. So, what this quest name is... Hakujou na hito. Like a... The problem is that if it was... Depending on who it's referring to, you would either say, like... This would either be like a cold-hearted man, but if it's, you know, if this Hakujou na hito is not referring to a single person, or if it's referring to someone else entirely that is not Urianger, then you wouldn't want to do that. So we'll have to see. But, like, a cold-hearted man, like a, you know, an unfeeling person. With Urianger right there. That's a really good quest name. And, you know what the English one for this is? Back to Old Tricks. Let's take a look at that. You've got a cold-hearted man versus back to old tricks. Silly Urianger, tricks are for kids. Doth mine eyes deceive me? Candy for breakfast? That's Reese's Puffs. Anyway.
なあ、オレオ、ウリエンジェのやつ、少し様子がおかしくなかったか？お前もなんだか気にかけてるようじゃないか。
Hey. Urianger was a bit weird back there, right? You look like you kind of picked up on it too.
思うところがあるなら話をしてくるといい。今ならまだ追いつけるはずだ。
Okay, yeah, you know, if, like, what, if there's, like, something on his mind, or if there's something on your mind, you go talk to him about it. We should still be able to catch up.
事情は後で聞くさ。俺たちは引き続き、ベストウェイバローを回って、週末に関する情報がないか
You can tell us about what
探って
happened
みる
later.
としよう。
We're gonna keep exploring Best Way Barrow to see if there's anything else we can learn about the apocalypse. You know what? I'm gonna walk it. And I'm also going to unlock this corner of the map because it's gonna bother me otherwise. There we go. Ah, that being blocked off is also starting to bother me. But... Japanese Urianger is a very interesting character. Wow, they really just... Oh, this is an absolutely awful sidewalk construction. I mean, I guess that's like a quote-unquote, like a little mini dirt path connecting those. But bro. Like, you're really telling me these are gonna, like, link up like this and not actually link? Ridiculous. But Urianger is an interesting character in Japanese, where he's incredibly, ridiculously sentimental. He's probably, like, the most emotionally driven character in the entire... In the Dawn. And yet he keeps having to be the one to make all of these incredibly difficult decisions. Like, he's gonna fucking snap at some point. You know, he's capable of making the quote-unquote right decision, but it doesn't mean it doesn't bother him. Like, the sheer extent that he described how awful he felt about himself after the thing with Minfilia was so ridiculously underplayed in the English.
ウリエンジェはベスト
You
ウ
know,
ェイバロ
he
ーの
was
出
like,
入り口の方へ
there
向
is
かった
absolutely
ようだ。
no excuse for what I've done. You know, you can say anything you want to me, you can... You know, any insult, any criticism, like anything you want to say to me, I will not try and defend myself. My actions are inexcusable. He's heading towards the ooh, front door. This way, barrel. Fireworks. Little flare. Yeah, honestly, I think that Urianger probably has the worst general change out of any character. Because they just completely missed the mark with what his characterization actually is. They made him cold and, like, completely analytical and weird, and using, like, a bunch of ridiculously antiquated language for no reason. When he's supposed to be very emotional, very poetic. You know, he's not just saying doth and a bunch of other pseudo-archaic nonsense.
Uri ウリエンジェはベストウェイバローから遠ざかっていく。ひとまず気づかれないように追いかけてみよう。
Ooh, I really hope we actually get to talk to Urianger and do some sort of deep dive on his character. Urianger is leaving Bestway Barrel. Follow him, make sure he doesn't notice. Well, he doesn't even really use, like, that much crazy Kegel. Like, he uses some amount of fairly ridiculous Kegel, but it's more that he describes things in ridiculously over-the-top ways. Uses very severe, like, weighty language. We're really doing this minigame, huh? They were really proud of this one for some reason. Yeah, I mean, the way that he talks is just not represented by the way that he speaks in English. There, you know, really is something. And they toned him down massively from ARR. In ARR, he said, like, he was constantly saying crazy shit. You know, speaking basically entirely in metaphor. Like, I think the line that sticks out to me the most was when, the ninjas from Doma first show up. He said, like, you know, strange visitors come from afar, but do they bring with them the good news of dawn or the ill omen of dusk? Or, like, you know, what follows in their wake, the good news of dawn or the ill omen of dusk? You're just like, bro, what are you fucking talking about? Complete. New record. Wow. Wow.
いらっしゃるのではないかと思っておりました。
Yeah, like, okay. This is great. いらっしゃるのではないかと思っておりました。Hell yeah. Like, I did believe that there may have been someone following me.
先ほどのリビングウェイたちとの話をお聞きになっていたのでしょう。
お聞きになっていた。So then, perhaps did you happen to hear the conversation that I had with Livingway and the other Reporit back there? I mean, you just say Livingway.
申し訳ありません。今度こそ隠し事をするつもりはなかったのですが。
隠し事. Yeah, okay. My apologies. Truly, this time I truly did not intend to hide anything from you all.
彼女たちは里いですね。私がこれまで誰かを救うための犠牲を許してきたことを見透かしているかのようです。
Damn. Oh man, I feel very bad for Riz. They're quite sharp. They managed to see at a glance that I'm someone who has, like, sacrificed others to okay, you gotta actually, like, very heavily localize this, because it's 誰かを救うための犠牲を許してきたことを like, the literal there is, like, I have, in order to save someone, I have allowed others to become sacrificed. That's, like, the quote-unquote literal there. I think you might have to go with, like, they've seen at a glance that, you know, in order to save lives, I have allowed lives to be lost. Or something. And he's giving a very sad smile here. Again, this is not a thing that he's proud of.
私はかつて水晶港からの申し出に彼の命と引き換えに世界を救うことに力を貸しました。
Before I, like, at the Crystal Lord's request, I assisted him in his plan to give his own life to save the world, to save that world.
第一世界に送り込む手引きをした。彼女をサンクレットやフラミンさんから永遠に奪ったのは他でもない私なのです。
What's this quest name in Japanese? Oh, a cold-hearted man. Huh. Crazy. Back to old tricks. Yeah, this is definitely old tricks, not something that, like, haunts him or anything. Oh, man. Saying tebiki here. Like, and with Minfilia, I was the one who guided her. like, who led her down the path of, you know, crossing over to the first world. And then this line here, I and I alone took her from Thancred and Furamin forever.
Muron, 水晶港もミンフィリアも私の行い以上に彼ら自身の気高い意志と願いによってその道を選んだことでしょう。
Of course, the Crystal Lord and Minfilia both, you know, rather than, you know, far more than my own actions, you know, he's saying that his own, like, influence was not as strong as their own personal strength and conviction. Yeah, so I guess you would say of course, for the Crystal Lord and Minfilia, both, you know, it was not my urging that caused them to act, but rather, you know, their own personal, noble will and like earnest wishes. That is why they, you know, they chose their own, like, that is why they like chose their paths.
けれど
Yoda.
私が背中を押したことで彼らの本当に言いたかった言葉を
彼らの本当に言いたかった言葉を I'm assuming that he's going to like through my like pressing them. I need to see the next line to see that 言葉
という望みを奪っていたのではないかと、そう思って足がすくむことがあるのです。
Jeez. Okay, I gotta think about this. 彼らの本当に言いたかった言葉を like through like pressing them, like that thing that they truly, you know, wish to say. Or no. God, what the fuck am I doing? I'm gonna need to go back to this when I'm a bit more on the ball, because this is a very poignant ass line, but I'm struggling to put it into English. But to give you the gloss of my understanding here, like, what he's saying is, like, through, you know, by doing what he did, he feels as though he had robbed them of, you know, their own desire to live. And when he thinks of that, when I think of that, you know, I freeze in fear.
So のことで苦しみ迷っている時に必ず 胸をよぎってしまう考えがあります。
When, like, I was in pain and felt lost because of this. There's always, a thought that, like, something that comes welling up from my, my heart.
足への
that,
倒
always
す方法
sways
を確立するために、それによって平和がもたらされると信じて命を捧げたムーンブリダのことです。
Yeah, he's definitely not over that shit. The memory that sways and that comes to mind is Moonbrida, who gave her life to find, a way to defeat the Asians and bring about peace.
私がルイゾワ様の弟子としての、あるいは暁としての使命以外に目を向けられていれば。
If I had just, like, paid attention to anything other than my duty as Duiso's disciple or as a member of the Dawn.
あなたの命に勝るものなどないのだとちゃんと伝えられていれば、彼女は今も笑っていただろうと思えてなりません。
Fucking hell. Fuck. I really have to think about the way to word this, because this is probably... Remember what I was saying about Uriansha being the most sentimental, emotional character in the Dawn? By far. And then this immediately showing up. Okay, so I've got like two options here for the first line. Option one is something like, if I had only been able to tell her, there is nothing more precious to me than you. Or, if only I had been able to tell her, like, there is nothing, like, worth your life. That's two options for the top line. And then the bottom one is, maybe then she would still be here today, like smiling as she always did. Or, maybe then she would... I can't help but think that maybe she would still be here. Like she would still be here smiling, I would still be able to see her smiling face. Something along those lines. It's ridiculously sad.
それほどの耐え難いほどの後悔と恐怖に駆られながらも、私は犠牲を許すようなレポリットたちの計画を間違いではないと考えてしまうのです。
考えてしまうのです。Man, this is why Uriansha is one of my favorite characters. this really is excellently written emotional conflict. This is, but even with, you know, even with this unbearable remorse and fear, I still couldn't help but feel like that the Deporits plan to simply save as many as they could was right. Like, it's the kangaete shimao no desu. Like, even with all of the pain that he's been through, he still looks at the idea of it's better to save some than none. And even though he knows it would absolutely destroy him inside to do, he found himself thinking, well, they're probably right. And he's both, like, terrified of that and disgusted with that. Likely.
幻影のアーモロードで見た終末は悲惨なものでした。だからこそ
the apocalypse we saw in, you know, the vision of Amuro was utterly tragic. And that is why
救えなかったものの存在に苛まれ、失ったものに胸を締め付けられようとも、救えるものを救うべきではないかと。
Again, this is all him quoting previous emotion, like previous thought. Like, I thought, like, even if we are even if I am haunted by those I could not save, like, even if, like, those lost, like, would weigh on my heart forever. You know, that's like weigh on my heart forever, break my heart. I still thought we ought to save those who we can save.
そう思う私は、やはり白状なのでしょうか。
Hey, look, it's the name of the quest. Like, to think something, to think something like this, like that. Maybe I truly am a heartless man.
私が選び、歩むことで、あるべき笑顔を奪ってしまうのでしょうか。
To think like this, I truly am up to my old tricks again. And this is a very Japanese line here that again needs pretty heavy localization, but will I, through my choices, rob others of their happiness? Or, like, rob others of the happiness they deserve? Your options here are... No one... Yeah, it's impossible to know whether or not it's, you know, right or wrong. Oh, hey, you can quote you can quote what's-his-face, the dragon. You know, if you're going to, you know, if you're going to press forward, like, protect those who you love.いっそ立ち止まれたらよかった。止まれたらよかった。That seems very... That seems very rude. I can't imagine... Again, I'm not feeling confident, but it's like, yeah, maybe you should stop. But I'm just gonna say, like, hey, man. You know, like, just, you gotta just take care of people that you can. What? Wait, what do you... What do you mean? Hey, it was from the dragon.
なるほど。天竜ブリトラがそのよう
ブリトラ。
なことを。あなたがそんな助言を受けていたというのは、いささか意外に思えます。
I see. One of the, yeah, the great, the heavenly dragon in you, Vitra, said that to you. I am somewhat surprised to, like, to hear that he gave you that advice.
考えてみれば、これまで長らくご一緒してきたものの、こうして二人で語らうのは非常に珍しいかと。
Now that I think about it, even though we've been together for so long, it's very rare for the two of us to be able to speak alone like this.
感謝いたします。あなたから今のお言葉を聞けてよかった。
Yeah, you have my thanks. I'm truly glad to have spoken with you.
レポリットの提案にどう答えるかは、もう少しだけ考えてみることにいたします。
I believe I will think a bit more about how I should respond to the Reporit's proposal.
実は少し気になっていることがあるのです。私たちは互いの確信に触れないまま手段の話をしてしまっているのではないかと。
This is an interesting line. There's something else that's bothering me. I believe we've been... like, we've been speaking past one another. Without getting to the heart of the matter.
それを解消すべく私になせることをいたしましょう。
I will see what I can do to resolve this. Like this, I guess you would just say I will see what I can do to attempt to resolve this matter.
おぼつかない言葉でも伝えてこそ始まるものがあるのだと、これまでも今も学んでまいりましたので。
学んでまいりましたね。Yeah, I mean, so I kind of want to check the English for this at some point because it's probably going to be really bad, but you know, I didn't do the best job of giving a clean deal on this one. I'm a bit off right now for some reason. But effectively, to give the breakdown here, Urianger gets that suggestion from the Reporit, and he finds himself agreeing with them. He goes, that's reasonable, that's a good idea. And then he gets that stomach drop feeling of utter disgust at himself. He goes, like, me being like this, me looking and caring more about, like, the greater good and what's technically best or whatever has caused so many people that I care about to die. And I'm disgusted that I'm thinking about doing it again. And then he goes through all of his regrets of, you know, if only I had been able to actually be, you know, more open with people and actually talk to them and tell people how much they mean to me, then maybe this, like, I wouldn't be in so much pain. You know, maybe, like, I wouldn't have stolen Minfilia from Thancred and Furamin. Or maybe Mo and Brita would still be here. And then talking about all the other people who his actions have taken loved ones from. And the core conflict there is that even through all of that, he still found himself going, you know, we gotta save as many people as we can. That is the better option. And so it's just him going, what the fuck is wrong with me? It's a good emotional conflict, because he's a fundamentally incredibly emotional, incredibly sentimental character who is, like, he's not just, like, coldly choosing the quote-unquote best path at all times. Like, he's fucking tortured by it. He is aware of the right thing, but really doesn't actually want to do it. That makes him a good character. Yeah, and then this line here. This one is another very Japanese line that you really need to the localize heavily, but it's like I'm beginning to learn, you know, that even like you can't begin to understand, you know, things like this unless you talk about them effectively. He's learning that he doesn't need to have the exact answer or be able to put something perfectly into words to talk them over with people. And in fact, it's the opposite, where if you aren't sure about something, you should talk to other people about it. Look at him go. I can't hear what they're saying at all.
でもこの状況チャンスではありませんこと？
Oh? But like, isn't this our chance? We got a good chance here. What are they doing? What are they doing? Okay. Here, let me. I'm gonna put a pin in this, and we can come back to this section at the end of the stream or something. I don't want to do it now because that was a very good Onimusha cutscene.
実は一人でここへ来たのも人とレポリット両者の未来のために一つ策を施してみようと考えたからなのです。
Huh. Wait a second. Actually, the reason I wanted to come here alone, I had an idea to, like, for like a plan to help both humans and Reporit.
ただこれで成果を出せるという確証はございません。己だけで進めようとしていたのも自信なきゆえのこと。
I have no evidence that this will be, that it would be effective. And so the reason I was, you know, I was trying to do it on my own was like, due to my own lack of
しかし
confidence.
どんな人だったにせよあなたが追ってきてくださった。私の言葉を聞きあなたの言葉を返してくださった。
But whatever your intentions were, you came after me. You know, you listened to me and answered.
それによって生じた勇気で願います。よければ私に力を貸してはいただけませんか?
And so, with like the courage that you have given me, I ask, would you help me? Oh, fuck. 思い思われ。すれ違い。Fuck. How do you even begin to put this in English? 思い思われ is a fuck. I'm trying to think of how to put this. This is very... Omoyomoware. Omoyomoware, omoyomoware. Fuck. Okay, this is what I'm gonna be stuck on this for way too long if I do this, but this is very emotional. Fuck. This is one of those. This is one of those ones where it's like, oh yeah, you know, I can understand the meaning here. But then if you were to say like, oh, okay, now translate it, I'd go, Fuck. Man, I'm gonna be stuck on this for way too long. I just gotta go. I'm gonna have to come back to that later. Or like ask somebody. Thank you for you know, spending time with me.
あまりお時間は取らせませんので、その点はご心配なく。我が策は実のところ大変ささやかなものなのです。
This won't take much time. Don't worry. The plan is actually quite simple.
週末を前にした今、重大な決断が求められている。だからこそ、自分がなぜそうしたいのかという確信を、各々が明確にしておくべきだと思うのです。
There we go. Okay, that makes sense. Like, with us standing before the apocalypse, critically important decisions will need to be made. As such, I believe we all ought to clearly define, like, why it is, like, that we wish to do what we wish to do.
私は微力ながらそれを後押しする品を用意したい。材料を得るため東の方へ向かいましょ
う。Okay. I'd like to prepare some things to facilitate this, if even slightly. We need to head east to get the ingredients. Oh. What, like, or what is it? Just some sort of like we're gonna get wasted or something? Like psychedelics. What are we talking about here, bro? But I mean, it is a good idea to say, like, we should all actually have a real talk about what we're gonna be doing here. I knew it. There are fungi growing here.
アルゴスに乗って大穴を渡ってくる際にこの場所を見かけたのです。
I happened to see this place while crossing the Great Hole on Argos.
私はこの菌類とかつてモウ族から伝授された魔法である道具を作りたいと思います。
I'd like to create a... like an implement using, this fungus and a, and something I learned from the mole.
作業の間、護衛を頼んでもよろしいですか
Okay, could you
あなたに
protect
お
me?
任せできるなら
Could you watch
何を
over
案
me
ずるこ
while
ともなく
I'm
作業に
collecting
集
them?
中できるかと
Okay, so I can focus on the task at hand. Yeah, I can definitely feel that my English brain is not quite up to par today for some reason. I don't know if it's just because I'm like, haven't eaten much or what. Might be like a bit under the weather. You know, maybe I got like carbon monoxide in my apartment or something. Who knows? We got another group? One more group? No.
こちらに向かってくる敵はもういないようだ。ウリエンジェの様子を見てみ。
Yeah, it doesn't look like there's any more hostiles. Let's see.
ウリエンジェはまだ一心に何かを作っているようだ。
Kid,
出来上がるま
Urinja
で
is still in the
この
middle
ま
of
ま
making
待機して
something.
いよ
Wait until he's done.
う。ふう、お待たせしました。無事完成です。
Sorry, I managed to complete it.
おかげさまで望んだ通りの魔法のインクを作り出すことができました。
Ooh. Oh, we're going with the whole ink thing again. Okay. Thanks to you, I've managed to complete this. To produce the magic ink.
魔法といって
That I
も
wanted.
今回は特別な効果を持たせ
Just
て
as
はお
I
りません。
desired. Perfectly to spec. Yeah, even though it is, like, what, magic, doesn't have any particularly special properties.
ただ、色には大変こだわりを持っておりまして。
Huh? Like, oh, what? Like, I'm very particular about the color?
お二人ともこんな場所にいらっしゃったの
Wait,
です
what?
ね。
That can't actually be accurate. Well, no, apparently, yeah, he did. He was just like talking about the ink. Oh, you two. This is where you were. Who? Oh, rabbits.
あなたのことをヤシトラさんたちが探していましたわ。きっと緊急で至急で重大で特別な話だと思いますので、すぐにお戻りくださいな。
緊急で至急で重大で特別な話。Could you add any more? Could you add any more adjectives to that, little rabbits? Kinkyu de shikyu de jutai de tokubetsu na hanashi. It's an urgent, pressing, important, significant conversation that you need to have. You know, it's like an urgent, pressing, serious, important matter, I'm sure. You need to go back immediately.
ウリエンジェさんには A と別件が。
You know, but Ranger, we have there's something else that we need your help with.
月の監視者から荷物を運んでほしいと連絡を受けたのですわ。けれど、それが、そう、すごく大きくて重くて四角いので、手伝っていただきたいのです。
重くて四角い? They're very bad at this. This is adorable. Yeah, we got a message from the Moon Guardian, to carry some supplies, but it's, yeah, you know, it's super big and heavy and square. So we need your help with it. I see. So you can either say, "All right," or "How about I carry it?" Like, well, yeah, let me take care about that. Or, what are you up to here? Hayashi.
何をおっしゃいますやら。ちっとも、全然、全く、怪しくなんてありませんわ。
What are you talking about? We're not up to anything at all, not at all.
ほら、早く、グレーテストエンズビルへお戻りくださいませ。ヤシュトラさんたちが、緊急のキャロットパーティーを、開催しているかもしれませんわよ。
Oh no. I'm sorry, what do you mean? 緊急のキャロットパーティー? What is an emergency carrot party? How is that an emergency? You little rabbit. Just, come on. No, please, you have to go back to Greatest Villa at once. Yashua and Thancred are having a... You know, they might be having like an emergency carrot party.
リビングウェイの言う通り、荷運びであれば、私、一人でも問題ないでしょう。少々行ってまいりますので、また後ほど。
Yes. Yeah, as Living Way said, if it's just carrying luggage, I'll be... You know, if it's just carrying some supplies, I'll be quite alright on my own. I'll be off, I'll be back soon. They're very, very bad at lying. That's... What are the odds that they actually translated the carrot party joke? What are the odds that they translated the carrot party joke? Does anyone... What's the over-under? I think like 5%. 0%? I think maybe they would... Like, 1 in... Repeating, of course. Oh, okay. Do we check? I have checked. Are you insinuating that I would betray the trust of Hydaelyn's Chosen, so they had to work that in there? Or worse, do anything to risk getting on Y'shtola's bad side? She's clearly not one to be crossed, nor made to wait. Now off with you. Where's my emergency carrot party? Where's my urgent carrot party? The joke here that they didn't translate at all is that they're very, very bad at lying. They're not saying anything even remotely reasonable. That's the joke. Good job. So funny. So memorable.
あら、思ったより早かったわね。ウリエンジェと話はできたの？
You're back sooner than I thought. Did you speak with Urienje?
私たちがあなたを呼んでいると？いいえ、そんな伝言を頼んだ覚えはないけれど。
We were asking, we wanted we're calling you, wanted you over here. No, I don't remember asking them to deliver a message like that.
でも、せっかく戻ってきてくれたんですもの、手を貸してもらえないかしら。実は、少し困ったことになっているのよ。
But since you're back, wondering if you'd be willing to lend us a hand. Actually, something we're at a bit of an impasse here.
あなたが連れていたグローウィングウェイが戻ってきて、ランニングウェイという子が週末について詳しく知っていると教えてくれたの。
Okay, apparently this, like, running way person knows a lot about the
ただ、ラン
apocalypse.
ニングウェイは配達係だそうで、あちこち走り回っているものだから、捕まらないのよ。
Apparently, apparently running way is in charge of, like, deliveries and, runs all over the place and it's difficult to find.
なあ、グローウィングウェイ。ランニングウェイを捕まえる手立ては何かないのか？必ず立ち寄る場所とか、瞬時に見分けるコツとか。
Do you have any tips for catching running away? Like places where he stops to rest or... Like, places where he definitely stops by, always stops by, any easy way to identify him.
それは、その、と、気長に待てばいいんじゃないかなと思ったり、なんて、ダメですよね。はい。
Well... the best way would just be like, wait patiently, but yeah, that's probably not an option, right?
では、こちらのムースボールをお持ちください。ムースの肉から作ったちょっとビリビリするボールです。
I'm sorry, what? Take this moose ball? Oh? ちょっとビリビリする? It's like, what, it's like sparks? Made out of, moose meat? What, it's got like an
ラン
electrifying
ニングウェイは
element of
落
it
ち着き
to
な
it?
く走り回っていることに加え、46時中おしゃべりをしています。それを頼りに探し出して見つけたらここです。
Okay. Running away always, like, runs around and like, talks to people. Like, every hour of the day. You use that to try and find him, and when you do, chuck these at him.
まあ、走って追いかけるよりはマシね。ランニングウェイはこの区画で仕事
Okay,
中
so
だそう
we're
よ。
throwing,
ボ
like,
ールを持ってそれぞれ探してきましょう。
I think this BDVD is, like, actually electrified. Okay. Is that what you mean by it being electrified? Like, is that what you mean by BDVD there? Okay. What are we... Is this gonna be another one of those fucking minigames?
ランニングウェイの捜索を開始します。落ち着きがなく、よく喋るレポリットを探し、左クリック。
Okay, so we gotta find the deputy running around all over the place who won't stop talking. It's probably this one. Oh, running away. Is it you? Ah, he's like that. Whack. It's probably you.
ホグワー俺っちにムースボールを当てるとは、おめえ、ただもんじゃねえな。
Okay. You know, you're pretty good to, you know, hit me with a moose ball. Okay. Apparently he's very proud of being fast. Okay.
確かに俺っちがランニングウェイだが、ボールぶつけてまで止めるとか何事だよ。
何事だよ? Yeah, I'm running away, but you know what was so damn important that you had to hit me with a moose ball?
俺っちが週末のことにすげえ詳しいはずだって
Huh? Wait, I'm supposed to be like, I'm supposed to know a ton about the apocalypse or something?
あははははは。誰だよ、みなすっとぼけたこと言ったの。
Oh man. Oh, oh man, what a riot. Like, who the hell told you
俺たちの
that?
役目は週末が再来した時にアーテリスの命を逃がせるようにすることだ。週末自体の研究じゃねえ。
Okay. Our duty is to make sure that like life on Oteris can be saved if the apocalypse goes again, not like researching the apocalypse
もちろ
itself.
ん、ハイデリン様からある程度の知識はもらってるが、そりゃレポリットなら全員が知ってることだ。
I mean, of course, you know, we know some amount about it from what we got from Hydaelyn, but you know, every Deporito knows that.
俺っちだけ詳しいなんてないない。まったく、なんでそんなデタラメが飛び出てきたやらだぜ。
There's no way in hell I'm, you know, like I know more than anybody else. Who the hell even told you that? Where did that even come from?
じゃあ、話がそれだけなら、俺っちは行くからな。人が来る前に、やれることをやっとかねえと。
Alright, so that's all you wanted to talk to me about? I gotta be going. There's a lot of stuff that's gotta be done before everybody shows up.
それ、ビュンビューン。
I'm sorry, did he seriously just say Bune Bune? That's like, whoosh, away! He's making his own damn sound effects. This was clearly them just stalling for time.
"残念だけど、こちらは空振りだったわ。あなたの方は?"
Yeah, we couldn't find him. What about you? Okay, I'm going skim mode again.
ランニングウェイは週
He's not particularly knowledgeable.
こ
Hey,
れはどう
growing
いう
way.
ことかしら。グローイングウェイ。
What's the meaning of this growing way?
いや、これは、
Au. Well, no, that's
記憶違い。記憶違いだったみたいです。
Oh, it looks like
Yeah,
I just
not
misremembered. Oh, how embarrassing.
週末に詳しいのは誰だったかな？思い出せそうで思い出せないな。
Oh, like who was it again? Who knew a bunch about the apocalypse? You know, it's right on the tip of my tongue. I just can't remember it.
ところで、ウリエンジェはどこに行ったんだ？一緒には戻ってこなかったんだろう。
By the way, where did Onigasha go? He wasn't with you when you came back?
ほう、リビングウェイたちに連れられて、荷運びをしに、監視者の館へか。
Huh. You went with Living Wed to the Guardian's manor to like carry some supplies?
だったら、グローウィングウェイが大事なことを思い出すまで、俺たちも荷運びの手伝いをしに行くか。
Okay, so until Growing Way remembers we should go help out with the supplies.
ひ弱。それは、ダメですよ。皆様には、ここにいていただかないと。
They're so bad at this. They're so bad at this. Wait, no, you can't. You all need to stay here. You can't leave. I mean.
週末についての極秘情報もりもりな資料が、資料保管庫のどこかに入れてあったはずです。次は、
Oh
それを
yeah,
探しに行ってみましょう。
that's right. I just remembered. There's tons of like top secret information about the apocalypse in the archives. It's somewhere in there. Let's go find it. These little fuckers. This is like to you on the blue planet.
オレオさん、私はリビングウェイたちと約束を。だけど、
I promised living way, but
なんでもありませんよ。
oh no, it's
それじゃあ
nothing.
一緒に資料保管庫
Okay,
へ
let's
一度エントラ
go
ンス
to
に
the
出て上層
archives.
に登り、北東側にある扉の前までお越しくださいね。
Okay, go back to the entryway, upper level, door northeast. Okay.
あからさまに怪しいけれど、
あからさまに怪しい。
情報を得られる可能性があるならば、付き合わないわけにもいかないわね。
This is, they're blatantly up to something, but if there's a chance to get some information about the apocalypse, there's no way we wouldn't go along with it. Heart of the matter, great. I love it. I love these god-awful quest names that don't give you any of the information that you're supposed to have. That they change for no reason. Just to change it. The Urienjo one was definitely the most egregious. Like, that's the whole fucking point of the entire cutscene. Was him calling himself heartless, cold-hearted, unfeeling. But in doing so, proving that he isn't. Oh, there's no way, like, none of these are ever going to be done. Just so you know, I will literally never do them. It's just not gonna happen. Not even slightly. If there are any that are, like, particularly interesting or have, like, very specific story stuff, then maybe. But the quest design in this game is primarily go to a place and do an interact action where you just sit in place and wait for a progress bar to fill, and you do that exactly 3 times. And then it's quest complete. Yeah, the tone in the English for these guys is completely fucked because they're not... The joke in the Japanese is that they are endearingly incompetent. Like, Living Way is trying to deceive you and do a little bit of subterfuge to get Uriensha alone. And is really bad at it. There's nothing even approaching like a legitimate reasoning or argument. They're very, very bad at this.
この扉の先が資料保管庫なのかしら。これだけ。
Okay.
ここはどうも綺麗に対称な作りをしすぎていて、 方向がわからなくなりやすいな。いざって時のために、
Okay,
出
yeah,
入り
the place
口
is
だけは
really
見失わないよ
symmetrical.
うにしておけよ。
Okay. It's easy to
この大きな
lose your
扉の
way
先が
is
治
what he
療保
said.
管
The
庫なので
MDL
すが
fucked that up.
どうやら
I think
鍵
it
がか
said
か
that it
っ
was
ているみたい
difficult
です
to
ね。
actually, like since everything is symmetrical, it's hard to actually have landmarks. Yeah, behind the stores, the archives, but it looks like it's locked.
困ったな。
Oh man, what do we
こ
do?
れじゃあ中に入れないな。鍵を持っているレポリットを探さないと
Oh,
な。
that's yeah. Oh, this is what a problem. Now we can't get inside. We're gonna have to find a reporter who has the key.
グローイングウェイ、いい加減に茶番はよしてもらえるかしら。
Yeah, glowing way. That's enough. You can stop the. You can stop the charade. Like, could you please stop the
週
charade
末
here?
についての情報がないなら、ないと言ってちょうだい。いたずらに引き止められては、最悪に対処する時間が削られていくだけよ。
If you don't have any information about the apocalypse, then just tell us. You know, if you're wasting our time on this, like with this prank of yours, all you're doing is reducing the amount of time that we have to deal with the apocalypse.
アームロードで見たような悲劇が間もなく必ず地上を襲う。今のうちに動き出さなければと教えてくれたのは他でもないあなたたちでしょう。
The tragedy that befell Amaro will soon strike the earth. And it was all of you who told us that we need to act now, right?
ええ、
Time is of
そ
the
れは
essence.
もちろんです。
Well, yes, that's true,
だ
but
から私たちは急いで人をお連れしなければならない。そのために月は理想的な場所でなくては。
that's why we need to hurry and bring people to the moon. That's why we tried to make the moon a perfect place.
なのにあなたたちは至らぬ点
And
を
that's
知
why
って
the
しまっ
moon
た。
needs to be
かくなる
perfect,
上は
rather.
協力してくれる見込みのある方以外ここに引き止めるしかないと。
Okay, but as you've all seen, it's, anything but. And so now that it's come to this, like, other than the yeah, like, other than the collaborator, we need to just keep you here. And we need to just keep them
な
here,
るほど。
like all
お
you
前
guys
は
are.
リビングウェイたちから俺たちを引き止める役目を任されたってわけか。
Okay. Yeah, I see. So, you were told by Living Way to keep us busy. To keep
そ
us
し
here.
てその見込みのある方がウリエンジェだな。
Yeah. Hold up. Man, my reading comprehension has gone into the fucking dumpster. Yeah, I was just fucking skimming, because I just read Kyoryoku. I read Kyoryoku-shi, and for some reason read it as Kyoryoku-sha. Fucking hell, man. Okay, so to go back to that line, so other than, like, one of you who like, was willing to cooperate, and who didn't seem to mind the place, Mikomi no water. Yeah, so referring to the person who seemed to like the moon or didn't mind the moon. You're talking about
はい
Urianger, right?
その通りです
Yes. Yes, exactly. I'm
いさ
going
さか
back
請
to
求
skin.
すぎる判断ではないかしら。私たちだって船としての月を否定しているわけではないわ。
That's a bit of a hasty decision, don't you think? I mean, after all, it's not as though we're entirely opposed to using the moon as a... like, as an escape vessel.
個人的な感情で言えば、逃げずに抗えるならばそうしたい。共造世界を見捨てるのもごめんよ。
However, to, like, speak personally, if we can fight against this apocalypse without running away, that's what we want to do. And we don't want to abandon the mirrored, the reflected worlds
だから
either.
といって、逃げるという選択肢を潰すつもりも、月を悪いところだと吹聴するつもりもないわ。
Yeah, with that being said, we had no intention of eliminating the option of fleeing or spreading the news that the moon is a terrible place.
それでも
But oh,
ちょっ
what
との
is it?
不安でもダメなんです
Yeah, there's there's no, like, even just a little unease, anxiety is out of
失
the
敗するわ
question.
けにはいかないからオレオさんと散歩したみたいに人といたいから
We can't afford to can't afford to fail. Just like when I went on the that walk with player character, we want to be with people.
皆様をアーテリスに返すわけにはいきません
And so we can't let you go back to Arteris.
実力行使ですおとなしく捕まってください
Oh no, they're not threatening at all. Like, this is like we're going to have to use force. Just stay quiet. Don't try anything.
私も武器を持ってきますそれまでどうかだけどあまりひどくは
I'm gonna go get a weapon. Until then, don't hurt him too bad, but
倒せない
Don't
相
do
手じゃない
anything
はずだが
too bad,
大勢で囲まれたら
Oh,
厄介だ
no.
3回して
Oh, no.
追っ手を気絶させながらおのおの出口を目指すぞ
they really don't look like anything we couldn't deal with. But be a real could be a problem if they surround us. Okay, let's we're knocking them out and splitting up and making for the exits. Okay.
了解よ。アルゴスのあたりで落ち合いましょう。
Okay, we gotta go group back up around near Argos. Oh no. No! Do not make me attack the moon. Oh no. Yaraza. Oh no. Oh no! How dare. Oh, they're making little sound effects. They were making sound effects, man. Please. Oh, he's asking very nicely for me to come into custody. Oh no. They're dead. No, no, we didn't kill any of them. And my brain is just not fucking working today, though. It is kind of crazy.
ひとまず無事なようね。
Did you get into combat in the right chamber? I don't think so. So
今のう
everything's
ちに
alright for now?
アルゴスに乗って監視者の館へ
Okay,
ウ
you're,
リエンジ
you're
に合
okay.
流するわよ。
Okay, take Orgos, get back to the manor.
はて、監視者の館に用があるのでは。
Urienchi, no. Now then, what did we need to do at the Guardian's Manor?
察しが悪いですわ。あなたを彼らから引き離す方便に決まっているでしょう。
He didn't. He seriously didn't. He didn't realize that anything was up. Honestly, I'd probably just go with, oh, come on. Obviously, we're just trying to get you like, we're just trying to get you away from them.
今のうちに地上に戻って人を連れてくる段取りを進めてくださいませ。
We need you to go back to the planet, back to the surface, and immediately proceed with the plan to get to bring people to the moon.
そういうことでしたら、申し訳ありません。私は地上へは戻らない。
If that is what you wanted, then I apologize, but I cannot return.
どうして？本当に急がないとダメなんだ。週末が始まったらみんながひどい目に遭っちゃうよ。
Wait, why? We really have no time. Once the apocalypse starts, everybody is going to. ひどい目に遭っちゃうよ。 You know, everybody will go through. I mean, I would just say, like, it'll be terrible for everyone.
あなた方は本当に私たちのことを大切に思ってくれているのですね。
Man! That's my guy. That's best sage. Easy. Yeah, you all really do truly care about us. Oh no! Oh no!
大丈夫。彼らも私も怒りません。そんなこと到底できるわけがない。
Oh man! Don't worry. You know, they're not angry, I'm not angry. There's no way we could be. Or like, you know, how could we possibly be?
何千年もかけて月を開拓するのは使命だとしても決して楽なことではなかったでしょう。
Even if spending all of these thousands of years preparing the moon was your mission, it couldn't have been easy.
それでもあなた方はやり遂げ、そしてその名前を選んでくださった。
But you saw it through and you know, took on those names of yours.
名前？私たちの現代語での名前のことですの？
The names? Are you talking about the modern names we gave ourselves?
ええ、名前とは己を表す大事なもの。そうありたい、そうあってほしいという願いなのです。
願い again. You know, a name. Your names are. A name is an important thing to describe yourself. Like to you know, they contain like the desire, the wish for what you want to be, or what and how you want to be.
私たちが親しみやすいようにと今の名前を選んでくれたあなた方のこと。
And all of you, in order to like make it easier to get along with us, chose your names.
アーテリスの住民を心から思い案じてくださっているのは疑う余地もなく
思い。
分かっております。
Yeah, this omoi again is closer to love. But I think care is fine. Like, and so we can know without a shadow of a doubt how much you truly care for the people of Ateris and how truly worried you are for them.
ああ、そうだ。そうだとも。
Yeah, you're right. You're right.
ハイデリン様のあの星に暮らす命への思いから作られた。
Oh yeah. Omoi. Ah. We were created from Hydaelyn's care, I guess, but it's the same omoi. God, this omoi gets used so many different ways. you could say love, you could say care for, you know, all the life on Oteris.
大好きなんだ。あの青い星はどんな星よりキラキラして見える。そこに生きてる奴らも元気だといいなってずっと思ってた。
Hey! あの青い星. Hey, remember the name of the quest? Like, to you upon that blue world? That blue planet or whatever? Hey, remember the name of the quest? It's we love it that blue planet is, you know, more beautiful than any other in the sky. You know, all we've ever wanted is, you know, all we've always wanted, you know, everyone living there to be happy.
月を開拓しながら僕ら自身の気持ちもどんどん大きくなっていったのさ。
Yeah, as we, you know, like as we built upon the moon, you know, our own feelings grew alongside it.
僕らはあの青い星にいるみんなと会いたかった。君たちとずっと会いたかったんだ。
I love these little moon rabbits. How dare you make them sad? You know, we've always just wanted to you know, meet everybody on that blue planet. You know, we've been waiting so long to meet you.
だからどうかお願いです。週末から逃げて月に来てくださいませ。
And so please run. You know, run from the apocalypse. Come to the moon.
間違ってたのならいくらでも直しますから。
Ah, man. Yeah, if there's anything wrong, we'll fix it. You know, however, you know, whatever is wrong.
間違っていたのではありません。ただ知らなかったというだけのこと。
Ryuja's is the best character in the Dawn. Easy. Like, so the previous line I would actually change to, like, if we did anything wrong, we can fix it. You know, if we messed anything up, if we did anything wrong. And then, Urienja, you didn't do anything wrong. You just didn't know. No, there were just some things you didn't know.
シンギングウェイ。あなたの名前の由来となった言葉は、単に節をつけて声を出すということではありません。
Ah. Yeah, for example, singing way. You know, the source of your name isn't just about, like, you know, making... Ah! 単に声を出す. He's like describing the act, like mechanically breaking down the concept of the act of singing. You know, it's not just like, you know, vocalizing in melody.
地上には数えきれないほどの歌がある。それらは喜びや悲しみ、あらゆる思いや祈りを乗せて響き渡るものなのです。
響き渡る. On Earth there are uncountable songs. And they resonate with joy, sadness, every, you know, all feelings and prayers.
マッピングウェイ。あなたの名前になった言葉は、あの広大な星を長い時をかけて踏破し、知ってきた証。
Yeah, mapping way the word, like what you've taken as your name is like proof of your dedication to to learn of how to travel through the universe. Or you don't, wait, no, it's like, yeah, okay, yeah, learning about the world. Yeah, rather. I thought he was like the navigator, but no, he was talking about like literally this world. Okay. Talking about maps. Man, I really am fading. I don't know how I fucked that one up either. Let me actually reread the line. Yeah, no, that was clearly talking about Earth. If for some reason I just read that Hoshi as like cosmos instead of just planet. So mapping ways, the name was about like his dedication to learn about the world. And on Arteris, there are, you know, incredibly tall mountains, vast seas. Yeah, savannas that stretch to the horizon. Like people have spent their entire lives exploring it and uncovering its secrets.
あなたは失礼。まだお名前を伺っていませんでしたね。
And you, my apologies. I don't believe I've heard your name yet.
Puddingway.
Oh no! I'm sure it's Puddingway. Okay, very.
ふむ。言葉で説明するよりも作って差し上げられればいいのですが。
Okay. Rather than, you know, perhaps it would be better to, like, create something rather than trying to explain it in words. He's gonna make some
ピクシー族に習った魔法が使えるかもしれません。後で試してみるといたしましょう。
I may be able to use some magic I learned from the Pixies. I'll try it out later. Let's try it out later. Amazing.
そして
There's like 10 side quests of putting away soul searching. Fuck,
あ
I
なた
kind of
の
want to
名
do
前
that.
の意味を説明することはとても難しい。
Yeah. And Living Way. Hey, this is the whole point that they've been going up to, because this is sort of like the lead in to the actual existentialist side of the story. Living Way. You know, explaining the meaning of your name is incredibly difficult. Like, that's the same meaning of life.
そうですね。私がまだ子供だった頃、読書を邪魔してくる幼馴染に戯れのつもりでその言葉の意味を問うたことがありました。
Okay. Okay. Let me, this is, how do I phrase this? However, how about this? When I was still a child, my friend who was getting in the way of my reading, I asked my friend who was getting in the way of my reading, what that word meant, as a bit of a joke. It's not really a joke, just like as a bit of fun.
彼女はうんと悩んだ後にこう言った。
After thinking it over for a great deal of time, she said this.
まだ読めていない本の続きに期待すること。今日の嫌な失敗が明日には塗り替えられるようにと願うこと。
Ah. Like, looking forward to, like, the desire to, like, to continue a book you haven't finished. Yeah, you haven't read. Yeah, no, yeah, it's like the hope, the desire to finish reading, finish reading a book. The hope that the painful mistakes you made today you can fix tomorrow.
今話している誰かとまた話せたらいいなと思うこと。多分そういうことの積み重ねじゃないかとね。
Thinking it would be nice to, to talk with someone. Yeah, hoping it would be nice, thinking it would be nice to talk to someone again. Talk with someone again. so the meaning is like all of those little things put together. You know, it might just be all of those little things put together.
よくわかりませんわ。
I don't really get it.
私もまだ学んでいる途中です。ですが、精一杯あなた方に伝えさせていただきますので、少しの間、私たちのことを知っていただきたいのです。
Ah. I'm still in the... Yeah, I'm still figuring it out myself. But... Yeah, it's like I want to you know, share that with you as best as I can. And just for a little while. Like, I want to tell you more about us. Like, I'd like for you to, you know, learn more about us. Here.
インクです。アーテリスと同じ青色の急ごしらえですが、出来には少しばかり自信があります。
Remember the name of the quest? The blue planet? It's ink. The same blue as Arteris. I didn't have much time to spend on it, however. I think it turned out quite well.
私が嘘で先導せずとも、人は必ず行くべき道を決断するでしょう。
Even without like me leading them by deception, humans will always, you know, they will choose the path they ought to take.
どうかそれを待ってはいただけないでしょうか。そのインクであなたの持つ本の続きを綴りながら。
Yeah, so then, could you please wait for us just a little while longer? Like, and like, as we, what, like, it's like, 本の続き, there's just, like, continue your, like, you'll create the next volume of that book you have with that ink, right?
人を知っていくうちに、付き合い方や月の変えるべきところが
That's obnoxiously literal. As you learn more about humans, yeah, you'll learn how to interact with them and how the moon ought to change.
何より互いにとってより良い新たな道を見つけられるかもしれません。
And above all, we may be able to find, like, a new path, you know, a new option that's better for us all.
わかりました。ぜひお願いいたしますわ。
Again, localize, you got this. Onegai itashimasu wa. I understand. I don't know if you would just go with, like, well, you're right, or we'll do just that. Something.
O kiki no touri desu. Watashi wa koko ni nokori, Leporit to tomo ni tsuki o totonoemasu.
Okay. Oh, so he is staying here. That's what he meant. He's gonna keep he's writing the book. Gonna help out with the book out here. Okay. As you heard, I'm going to stay here. And prepare the moon with the Deporit.
サンクレット、あなたはまさかリンを見捨てるような選択はしないでしょ?
Yeah, I mean, he's just going right for the throat there. Yeah, Thancred, I'm sure you wouldn't possibly choose to abandon Lin.
他の皆さんも同様です。きっと最後の瞬間まで星を捨てず、共造世界を犠牲にしない方法を探すでしょう。
I'm sure you're all, you know, of the same mind. Until the very end, you will not abandon, you know, our world. And search for a way for all the people of the reflected worlds to be saved.
だからこそです。いざという時は月で逃げられる段取りがされていた方が、そちらも心置きなくあがけるかと。
Okay. And that is precisely why, like, if the you know, if the means to escape to the moon, if the worst comes to worse, you know, is properly in order, yeah, then you all are free to you know, struggle and fight to your heart's content.
わかった。俺たちがしくじったら、あの星の連中を必ずお前が救ってやってくれ。
Alright, got it. And if we mess up, you gotta make sure to, you know, save everybody on that planet.
ええ、そのような時にはあなた方ごと引っ張り上げますので、ご容赦を。
That's a good little exchange, because Thancred was indicating that he was not including himself there. You know, you gotta save everybody on that planet, and he says, yes. You know, if that comes to pass, you know, we'll evacuate everyone, including yourselves. Like, that's even whether you like it or not, basically. Oh, that's... yeah, that's quite nostalgic. How did you get that flower? Ooh! I like that. That's an interesting distinction here. The fact that he doesn't say Hydaelyn, but says Venus here. I see. That does sound like something that Venus would do. I do really want to go to the Tataru Island adventure. Ah. Yeah, in that case... like, beyond the path that flower leads... like, her true intentions may still be hidden. Hmm. And you ought to know. Yeah, you ought to remember, you ought to know. In our time, that flower was called Erupis. Erupis.
勝手に焦ってしまってあなた方にも失礼を。本当に申し訳ありませんでしたわ。
We got really... Oh yeah, we got really... We sort of like... Yeah, like we lost control. And caused you all a lot of trouble. We're really sorry.
おあいこよ。こちらも強行手段に出てしまったし、グローウィングウェイたちに謝っておいてもらえると助かるわ。
It's like, you know, it's a... Yeah, we're even, you know, we also, ended up being rather forceful. If you could, give our apologies to Glowingway and the others, that would be a great help.
承知いたしました。私たちはひとまず人について学びながら地上の皆様の決断をお待ちしますわ。
Understood. And so for now, we'll keep learning about, you know, learning about humans, about all of you, while waiting for everyone on the surface to make their decisions.
それにあたって協力者のことをお伝えしようと思うのですが。
And so, I wanted to tell you about our collaborators. It's Charlayan. It's the people in Charlayan.
大丈夫よ。どうせシャーレアンの哲学者議会でしょ。
どうせ。Okay. This is a very fun little joke that I don't know if you would... There's no way that they keep this, but it's very fun. This is the exact sort of Y'shtola deadpan that I'm here for. Dose. So, dose when used like this is blatantly, obviously. It's like, oh, you know, so we wanted to tell you about, like, who our collaborators are. Oh, that's fine. I mean, it's very obviously the Philosopher's Parliament of Charlayan. It's very obvious. You have to use, like, very obvious or blatantly obvious. There's no way it's anything but. The Philosopher's Parliament. Or, you know, you would say, I mean, it's obviously the Philosopher's Parliament. Wait, you knew? You knew them? Yeah, you knew of
状
it?
況から見て、
Uh-huh.
ね、あなたたちの話していた協力者の行動に彼らの動きが当てはまっていたのよ。
And looking at the situation. And looking at how things are going, everything that they've done lines up exactly with the actions of the collaborators you were talking about.
サモン会にかけられてまでラビリンソスやあったわ。
And even though we had to go through that cross-examinate, that inquiry, go through Labyrinthos and the Forbidden Library, it was all worth
詳しい
it, wasn't
話
it?
は地上に戻ってからにしましょうか。アルフィノたちも待ちわびているでしょうしね。
Okay. Now we can talk over the details when we get back to the surface. I'm sure everybody else is worried sick. These moon rabbits are incredibly good lads. And if anything bad happens to them, I'm going to go fucking postal.
はじめまして。プディングウェイと申します。
Hello, nice to meet you. I'm
ズ
putting
ルし
away.
ようとしてごめんなさい。ウリエンジェと一緒にお勉強しておくから、きっとまた会いましょ
Okay, yeah, sorry for trying to be all sneaky. Okay.
う。ウリエンジェがアーテリスのことを教えてくれるって聞いたら、他のレポリットたちもハミングしまくりだろうな。アーテも話に夢中になりすぎ
Everybody loves
て
Earth.
月のメンテナンスが
Everybody
おざ
loves
なりになら
Artemis.
ないよう注意だな。
Okay, they gotta make sure that they keep up on
本当に
maintenance
お
though.
騒がせいたしました。何としてでも皆様を週末からお救いせねばと、そればっかりで。
Yep, sorry for the trouble. Sorry for everything you did. We really just wanted to save you all. And make sure you
はい、
talk with
承知いたしました。
listen to
人のこと
Uniandra.
やアーテリスのことをたくさん聞いて。
Yay.
僕たちは週末を止める方法を知らない。けど宇宙を飛び回ったり星を開拓した。もしそういう知識
Yeah,
が
we
必
don't
要
know
な
how
こと
to
があ
stop
っ
the
たら
apocalypse
と
or
声をかけてよね。僕たちも
yeah,
僕
they're
たち
just
の
talking
こ
about
と
all
を
the
伝
different
えたい
stuff
か
that
ら
they
さ。
know already. Okay. If you need to, if you need to know anything about what we do know, be sure to ask us, and we'll tell you everything that we know. Yeah.
名前とはそうありたい、そうあってほしいという願いか、全く。
Yeah. He was talking, that was very clearly a reference back to Thancred naming Lyn. A name is... so aritai, so atte hoshii toyu. That is slightly different,
ウ
but
リエンジェに考えを読まれてた上に、お膳立てまでされる日が来るなんて、信じられないな。だが、せっかくの機会だ。俺は、全力で、リーンたちの未来も守ってみせる。
yeah, it's talking about like Uriansha being you know, like, actually, you know, man, my brain is really not working right now. I might have to call it somewhat early or something, but 考えを読まれていた上に Yeah, that's like, you know, he... Oh, man, my brain is just not fucking working. I don't know, it's like, it's very lopsided, though. Where... It feels like my English is more affected. It's odd. But, you know, he was talking about Uriansha being able to actually, like, pick up on how people are feeling and you know, say what needs to be said, sort of thing.
レポリットたちは月に乗せて救う以外に人への思いを表す方法を知らなかった。
Yeah. Other than trying to, you know, save them by getting them all on the moon, the Leporit had no way of, like, expressing their care, their love for humanity.
一方で私たちも問うことに必死になって思いや考えを伝えることが不十分だった。
Ah, that's very interesting. Yeah, but us on the other hand, we were so preoccupied, you know, so concerned with, like, asking questions that we didn't, you know, we never actually conveyed how we felt.
だからまず伝えることと知ることから始めてみる。それが今あるよりも良い選択肢を作ってくれると私も信じたいと思うわ。
Okay. And so then we need to, you know, begin, like, sharing and understanding. And I believe that that'll lead to, like, better options for all of us in the future.
あなたの協力を得て作ったインクがリビングウェイたちに気に入っていただけてよかったです。
I'm glad that the Reforit and Living Way were pleased with the ink that you helped me produce.
重大な決断を下す時だからこそ、一時だけ立ち止まり、互いの望みを伝え合う。そのきっかけを作ろうというのが私のささやかな策。
Okay. Like, when it is... At times when a critical decision must be made, like, it is then that, you know, we must stop and properly, you know, communicate what we all wish, what we all desire, what we all want. And so this plan of mine was simply creating that opportunity.
そしてそれを提案するからには私が彼らに伝える役を引き受けるべきだと考えておりました。
Okay. Like, yeah, and as this was, like, my idea, I believe it should fall to me to take on the role.
最悪を前に、暁を留守にすること、どうかお許しください。されど、私は、私のやり方で、かけがえのない仲間たちを、守りましょ
う。Please forgive me for, leaving the, like, separating from the dawn in the face of the coming apocalypse. Hey! Kakegai no Nai. That was the name of a previous quest. Kakegai no Nai. Like that which we cannot replace. That was the thing with the, you know, when Alfino and Alize had their little discussion. So they're doing a callback to it, too. So, however, in my own way, like, I will protect those who are most precious to me. Hey, I'll tell you something. Okay. So, my apologies. I've been very, very fucking off this stream, but I feel like I really should call it a little bit earlier than normal, just because I can tell that I'm fucking up on really simple comprehension things. Like, I don't know. I think I might be getting sick or something. I kind of want to go back over some of these things that I screwed up. But, actually, hold up. Before we like, leave, though, if I'm gonna be cutting it, then I would at least want to go over a little bit of, like, the English for that Uriansha bit. Actually, nah, I'm not gonna do that. I was gonna do that, I was thinking of doing that, but I feel like I should actually do that at a different time or something. Even. I'm thinking. Like, this is what I mean, man. I'm just kind of sitting here going, like, should I do this? Should I not do this? When ordinarily I'd just be able to be like, yeah, I'll do that. I don't know. I feel weird. Bro, I'm probably gonna end the stream and I'm gonna be like running a 102 fever or some shit. That is probably going to happen. But yeah, nah, I'm not gonna risk doing some weird dumb shit. So then we can start next time by going over that Oniaja section. And I'll try and make the Sunday stream a little bit longer than usual as well. You know, try and get some like better sleep or something. But yeah, brain no work. So, thank y'all for coming out. I'm going to go. I don't know, like... I don't even think I have a thermometer anymore. I probably should get one. Or I probably shouldn't drive. I don't know. Anyway, I'm just kind of rambling. So, I will see you all on Sunday. Peace out.